Hello there, Vinicius here from Brazil, and in this tutorial video I will show to you how I use 3D models to make the backgrounds of my scenes. This scene here that I'm using as an example is from my own comic that's called Nocturnal High School, and as you can see it is a nocturnal scene, and this is important because I'm using the 3D model that comes with the ClipStudio, the school model that comes with ClipStudio, but the point is adding another element to make your scene more interesting, more believable, more realistic or whatever. So in this video I will show to you guys how I make this nice. So let's just create here another canvas, and this is an important point for me. This is an important point for me because I use this before size for the canvas and the resolution as the 600 dpi because let's press OK, and if you zoom the image here, you will see you can still have a high quality in your canvas, in your drawing, except if you zoom it a lot, so you can start to see the square pixels here. But if you this level of zoom is good enough to make those the details of the eye and the teeth and so that's the point for me. You have a nice resolution to the canvas for having a nice result in the final image. Nice. So next point here that I will talk to you is let's just copy and paste to the new file and use here 3D raster. Nice. Rename it to 3D raster because the next point here is that there is two versions of the ClipStudio. There is the Pro version and there is the X version, each one with some specific tools. Nice. And first I want to talk with the Pro version users because instead you don't have the tool called extract line or LT conversion, which is in the X version that extracted the line from the 3D model or from images, from photos that you can import to the ClipStudio. You can still use those kind of files, 3D models and images to make your backgrounds. So I will show to you how I make this, and I want to start clicking here with clicking the 3D layer and clicking on the operation tool. You will have here some options, but first let's just hide it because I want to show a little thing here. If you're new on the ClipStudio and you never used 3D model, don't know where to find it, you can just click here. For me it's here in this arrow and it shows the materials. So you have this folder, all materials, and you can scroll down and click here on 3D and keep scrolling down, and there is a lot of models, and you can specify inside the folders, what kind of 3D model you want to use. So here we are using this school facility, that's the name of the 3D model. So the only thing that you need to do is click, drag. Here we have your 3D model that you have some controls here to operate it, to change the rotation of the camera, so you can set some place, the exact place that you want to show you. If you click in the arrow, you can hide those materials we will not use for now. So rotating the camera, you can just adjust the angle, the area of the model that you want to use. All right, this first button here. The second, you can move the position of camera. It's if you want it above, down, below, you know. And the next button here is the distance. Nice. These three buttons these three tools here are enough to operate the 3D model. The others are something more specific for the object, but you know, using these ones are not very nice in my opinion, because it will works with the model, not with the camera. And with a model that is a background, you don't want to move out of the center of the world here of the model, here of the ClipStudio. So you want it to be aligned. I click it and you can see in the middle there's a grid in the middle of the canvas, and you don't want to take the model out of this grid. So these three buttons are enough for us to operate it. Nice. So it's just a little trick here, I guess, for the ones that never used 3D model. Let's just delete and come back to our model here, which is the same. But for us, it's important the angle that I set, because there is some things that I will show to you as the video goes on. So as you can see here, there is another element that's not in the 3D layer, and as I said, my goal here in this tutorial is to show how to add these new elements to make a nice scene, to make a good art with the 3D background. So if you are a pro version user, as I said before, there is some kind of things that you can make to use the 3D layer, to use the 3D model, even if you can extract the line. So first thing is just click here inside above the layer with the right button and rasterize. So with the layer rasterized, now is not an object anymore, it is an image, you know. And this is important for us, okay, because we will use this image to, let's just copy and paste again. So you know, the lines and the fill tones that I used here, aligned with or combined with this background image, give to us a cool image, give to us a cool drawing. And what you did here was just rasterize the layer, turn this an image. All right, but you know, here we have gray scale tones and background still color. So if you are working on an image, or even if you're working on a comic that is full color, maybe it's good enough for you. Nice. But if you like to work in grayscale like me, you can click here on expression color and just turn it gray. Now the image is just gray tones. If you set to monochrome, you have this kind of result, just black and white, and that's the reason I don't like to use monochrome. I like to use grayscale. Nice. So this is the first thing that you can do. The second thing is, if you are a pro version user, you can use the tool figure here and select the subtool straight line to make the lines manually. Just click and drag and you have the lines. Doing this manually, if it's just an illustration, maybe you accepted the job, but if you're doing a comic and you have to do this scene by scene in a page with 4, 5, 6 scenes, may you get really bored and it sure will spend a lot of time. So works, but I do not recommend you doing this. You do this that I'm doing. I recommend you to go there and pick your X version for do a very nice professional work in terms of time, in terms of quality, in terms of production. You will product very, very faster and with more quality than if you just click and drag those lines line by line. But it's just an example, as I said. So this is the first thing that you can do. The next thing is click here on this red X with the right button and show ruler, but this option here, show in all layers, must be on. Alright, so click, and the 3D layer has this perspective ruler aligned with the model. So even rasterized, the perspective ruler still working aligned with the 3D model. In this case is the school, is the building. So you can use this ruler to make the lines again, still doing it manually, but for the most detailed parts, you can really draw with your pen or whatever you're using to draw. This is the result that you have if you are doing this manually. Again, it's a lot of work, spends a lot of time, but if is what you got, is what you got. Again, click right button, hide the ruler, and see lines here with the drag. Now it's better. In my opinion, it's better. There is lines, so looks more, I guess it matches better with the idea of a drawing. It's not just an image. Alright, so this is the two tools that I know that you can use. Maybe there is another ways to make the lines and do this, but this is the way that I know, because I didn't spend much time using the Pro version, because when I heard about the extracted line tool, I just run out and pick my X version. First I use it to pay monthly, which is not so much expensive, and then now I have the full version. It's a little expensive, but for you will see for yourself what kind of results we can have here. So again, let's copy and paste, and this one rename it to extract. So now if you are an X version user, you know what to do. you just click on extract line, but I use those two tools with this extract line. I combine with tone and display decrease color. So my point now is just set some values. I like to set accuracy to highest, which is set because it's the same model that I'm using here, so it's just set. But I like to set accuracy highest. Black fill I leave 15. Line width I set to 4. Edge threshold I set to 8. And the last value that I change here is expression color, because it comes to monochrome, but I set to gray. Nice. So with those values here, we just click to convert layer and let the software do the hard work for us. So let's click. So in this window we can adjust another values, but I don't do this. I just use that set that I showed to you, that's here, like 15, wide width 4, and edge threshold 8, and just like this I leave, and just click OK. Again, let the software do the work for us, and when it's done I come back to you. Right? So let's click OK and wait a little. Nice. So this is the result that the software gives to us. And the point here, there is a last setting that I do, that is turn off the tone button here. Because if you don't turn on the button before you extracted the line, you don't have this few tones here. But when we have the image, you know, the tone gives us this little dot, and I don't like them. So just turn off and you have the few tones. Nice. So that is it. You know, it just takes some seconds and we have this kind of result. So let's just turn off that settings that we made on the 3D layer and drag out to do not make any mistake. Again, let's compare with the drawing here. So now there is lines, and the line is very accurate, you know, those angles, and do all the work for us. Which for me is very nice. So that's the point. If you are a pro, if you are a next version user, you just click and you have the lines. It's not too much expensive for this kind of result. But as I said, the goal of this tutorial is not just to show click here, click there, and bam, there's the magic. No, my goal in this tutorial is to show you guys how to use this kind of results to construct, to concept this kind of art here. You know, adding some elements, you can turn this into this image, you know. Here it's just lines, it's empty, there's nothing happening here. But here you can see it's raining, there is some lights, you know. So how you make it? One last thing I want to show to you guys is that let's compare the extract line and that raster layer that we used before, you know. Here's a raster, here's the lines. You see the difference. So that's the point for me. So let's just move on, and now we can create some Another element here. Let's add some elements here to make our image more beautiful, more interesting. So first we must to add here I guess a side road, because there's no side road in this model. So let's do this. I like to create folders to each thing that I do to keep it organized. So let's create a new folder, rename side road, I guess. Yes, it's side road, and create a new layer which can be a raster inside this road. Right, so we will again turn on that rule, show ruler, but we have to, if the layer is hiding, we can't see nothing. But now is guess it's working in all layers. So align it with the 3D model, we can use this ruler as we saw before to just create the lines to this side road. So just draw it. Let's make a line here to, we can see, but it's here. And this line is just to close this empty space here for us to make the fill. Nice. Some details. Very nice. So let's just hide the layer, the rule again. Let's hide the 3D layer, and let's just fill. Only to editing layer, nice. And let's set to gray. Guess for this good. Here, 60, guess. And for the road, 80. Nice. So it's better. There's a road. Another element that we have here in this preview image that we're using as an example is this crack in the road, in the wall. So where we can find it? Here in the decoration tool, which is brushes, and you can find here in background the crack brush. As you can see, set to black again, and let's just make it, can make those cracks. Nice. For me it's nice, it helps a lot. And in the wall we can click in the extracted line and click in the outline and draw the cracks here on the lines that we have extracted from the 3D model. Nice. Except from this extracted lines, but the side road will be working with the rested layer too. So basically the same results. Nice. Next step that we have here is the lights. Not just the lights, but the dark too. So another folder, and this must, in my opinion, be above all the others. We will call lights, and again new layer. And to do those lights, to select the empty spaces that we will fill with white, that will be our light. We will come back again to the outline inside the exterior of the school. Click with the auto select tool, and pressing shift we can select a lot of image. You can add selections, and we can use erase selection here to erase this column, I guess, because we don't want it to be light, just luminous. Nice. So again, select the fill tool, come back to the lights layer, white, and just click. You know, there is those cracks there, so, and that is it. Ctrl D to delete the selection, and we have now some lights. And we can use the software brush to add this effect of highlighting. And in the same layer we can fill with black this place here, but if you click, all the layer will be black, and we don't want this, so come back to outline again and select just this space here. Come back, click and fill, and here I guess is enough. So there's a thing that I will use here, but will be not inside the folder. I'll explain to you guys why. It's the gradient. So click on the gradient and select the manga gradient. Here the shape is a straight line, so what we need to do is just click, drag all the way down, and we have this gradient here. But as you can see, is above the charts. You know, if you want this, it's good enough, but I don't want it. I want the drawings here to be, you know, a little evident in the image. That's the reason they don't have shadows. They are just flat. There is just flat few tones there. They're not shaded or highlighted, because, you know, I want to make them evident in the sun. Nice. So what we can do is drag this layer down just under this few tones. In my language is preenchimentos, but this is few tones, right? This is the few folder, so is below this folder, so the lines and the few tones of the charts is above, so there is more evidence on them, I guess. So the next step to here, and I guess is the last one, is add this rain here. And this rain is very interesting in my opinion, because, you know, is a brush set that you can until this day, I guess it's free. You can just go there and find the brushes. It's a set of brushes to make rain effect. So we will again create another folder, call it rain, create another layer, and we will paint the rain. So here in the airbrush I have my rain airbrushes, and we have let's use the white. So we have this white, we have these drops, these water drops. So it's raining above everyone, everything. It's just raining a lot. And this is the water drops, and there is a lot of them. The shapes of the drops, you know, you can use this one, you can use another for a little rain. If you want a weak rain, there is brushes for it. If you want very strong rain, there is brushes for it. So here we combine all of them to have this strong rain. And left, we will use here in the background subtools the clouds too, just around some clouds back here in the sky. So this is it. We just took that 3D model, just put it here in our canvas, and we start to use the tools that we have, even being an X version user, or you know, if you just hide and again show the raster layer is closer enough, I guess. You know, you can be, if you really can't in any way use the X version, which my opinion, the monthly plan, it's a very low price depending on the project that you're working on. But if you can't even use the X version, you know, you can just rasterize the layer and do the lines and so on. But you know, the same results work for both. And the point is, use the tools to pick that image and add another effect. With this, you can create good images, good illustrations, and so on, to make a nice work as an artist, you know. So very easy, in my opinion. There's brushes for crack, there's brushes for rain, there's brushes for highlighting, there is rules that make our lives very easy to make those perspective lines. So you know, it's very easy to have great results here on ClipStudio. So if you are a pro version user, go there and pick your X version. But if you can't, or if you are X version user, just remember that it's everything inside your head, and you can achieve those results only if you pick the tools and working on it, testing things, trying, delete, start again, and do again and again, and with those kind of tools that make your life very easy, you can have those kind of results. Now, so that is it for now. I really thank you for being here for so long, and I hope that I can help you with this tutorial. Nice, see you around. That is it. Cheers.